Hare So all Prabhujis can sit this side, Matajis can sit like this. Right now, right position. Huh? Huh? Clear.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Are everybody comfortable on the stairs? There are more 50 will come, so become uncomfortable. What is the time?
11:35.
11:30. Time for pure devotees to go. Yes, please. Maybe last. Yep. Jai Radha Madhava Kunda Vihari Gopi Jana राधा गोपी वल्लभ की
जय।
नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की
जय।
राय बरंग भगवान की
जय।
इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की
जय।
जय। प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्ण। अरे प्रभु जी नहीं तो यहाँ पड़े हरे कृष्ण।
हरि
नहीं हमारे तरफ से प्लीज।
Somebody star 9359.
Yeah, we renounced this car.
All mothers can come in the front.
Yeah, yeah, there is 20 mothers in sit here. Yeah, please come here. Yeah. What is that going through? You can come this side. Mothers, more mothers will come soon. Transcendental is a place can accommodate many things. Anna, can you call your father? I have to just.
Ramji will not ask any questions. Please come.
Yeah, you got it. Where do I get the speaker? Okay. Om
ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा तदा मह्यं ददामि स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरो वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 नारायणं नमस्कृत्य
नमस्कृत्य
चैव नरोत्तमं
नरं चैव नरोत्तमं
देवीं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं
ततो जयमुदीरये
ततो जयमुदीरये
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय
देवकी नन्दनाय च
देवकी नन्दनाय च
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
नन्दगोपकुमाराय
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
नमः पङ्कजनाभाय
नमः पङ्कजनाभाय
नमः पङ्कजमालिने
नमः पङ्कजमालिने
नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय
नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय
नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रे
नमस्ते पङ्कजाग्रहे
नमो महावदन्याय
नमो महावदन्याय
कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते
कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते
कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य
कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य
नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः
नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः
नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय
नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय
गौब्राह्मणाहिताय च
गोब्राह्मणाय च
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय
जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
गोविन्दाय नमो नमः
नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय
नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामीनिति नामिने
स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा
कृष्णा हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
करोति वाचालं पङ्गुगङ्गायते गिरिनिर्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सव्याप्यान्तरं सूचयेत्
श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु श्री विष्णु
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Matis, thank you for coming. I know it's a little far place to come, but the city is also coming towards this direction slowly. So on a Saturday morning at such a short notice, you all have come here because you love Praveen Prabhu and Suma Mataji and Harshal Prabhu and Sakshi Mataji so much. That's why all of you have come. So because you all have come, because we all are coming together, the difference between a material gathering and a spiritual gathering is we always keep Krishna in the center. Right? And Prabhuji had also asked me once that speak about Grihastha Ashram. Right? Yeah, with my wife sitting there, it's difficult thing for me to do. But I am not going to speak what is Grihastha Ashram. Srila Prabhupada will speak what is Grihastha Ashram. Right? That's what I felt. But we should hear from our Acharya what he thinks about Grihastha Ashram. Of course, he thinks a lot of things. There is a lot of description in 7th canto about Grihastha Ashram, where Prahlad Maharaj talks about Grihastha Ashram. Very high standard. But something that is implemented by the Society of Krishna Consciousness. ISKCON has implemented the Grihastha Ashram to a large extent that was explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? In spirit it is implemented. Details can be different. So let's hear from Srila Prabhupada briefly. It's a small lecture. Let's attentively hear. And today happens to be the 80th birthday of Srila Prabhupada. As per calendar. Right? So on his birthday, on his appearance day, we're going to celebrate. And yesterday happens to be the Janmashtami, and today is actually Nandotsav, right in 1976. 1976, yesterday was Janmashtami, and today is Nandotsav, and also Prabhupada's appearance day, right? So yesterday was the day when Shri Radha Madan Mohan deities were installed in Hyderabad. Yeah, as per date. Though we celebrate by Tithi, but as per the date. And this was told to me by His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu. Yesterday night he called me at 9:30. I got the call. I'm like, why is Prabhu calling so late? Generally he sleeps very soon. He's like, Prabhu, I just read the diary Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Diary. It's written by Harishwari Prabhu. Harishwari Prabhu. And the way he captured is, every day after day. Harish. So you can get chair. Somebody can chair. So you can sit here. You can sit here.
My hair only white, but I'm still
With your permission, I'll just share with you. I cannot speak about Grihastha Ashram when Prabhuji is here. He is perfect Grihastha. Anyway, we are all going to hear from Srila Prabhupada, is what I said. So today happens to be the 80th appearance day of Srila Prabhupada as per date. So today we are going to hear. Now, Srila Prabhupada is speaking this somewhere in 1970s. And he's speaking this where? In Los Angeles, if I'm right. Let me see.
You were telling about probably called you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
in Los Angeles in 1972, Prabhupada is giving this lecture. And in 1976, so yesterday Dwarkadish Prabhu was telling, see the meditation of a devotee. Every day Dwarkadish Prabhu reads what on that day Srila Prabhupada did in some year. So he has a diary. So if it is 18th August, he will go and see the 18th August what Prabhupada did. Right? It can be different year, different diary, right? So there are many diaries. Volume 4 of Harishwari Prabhu, when he read, he was surprised to see in 1976, on August 18th, it was Janmashtami, and Prabhupada was there in Hyderabad, and he installed the Radha Madan Mohan deities on Janmashtami day, yesterday, right?
So then he was 18. On that
And
day he
on
was
that day, he was one day lesser than 80. So next day, he became 80, which is today, 19th of August. Yeah. So in 1977, Prabhupada left this planet. So this was 1 year before. And Prabhupada came to Hyderabad 5 to 6 times from 1972 to 1976. And Hyderabad was one of the most dear places to Srila Prabhupada for many reasons. And Prabhupada also predicted, somebody told that Hyderabad is going to be the educational capital of Islam. Like, in a way, education, formal, proper training of education will be given to devotees in Hyderabad. This I heard from a devotee. And Prabhupada stayed in Radha Madan Mohan temple. He also stayed in Medchal farm. He had a big vision for Medchal farm. Someday it will come true. It was 500 acres of land is what I heard. Now it's 50 acres or something. Still, it's a big land, and Prabhupada had a big vision. And that's the reason Prabhupada named the deities there Krishna Balram. The Prabhupada, I don't think he was there when the deities were installed. But Radha Madan Mohan are the deities that Prabhupada installed, and he worshipped them. Prabhupada himself worshipped the Radha Madan Mohan deities. Very special. Except for this, I think in Kolkata and in Vrindavan are the deities that Prabhupada worshipped and installed. In India, 3 main deities. That is in India, I'm saying. Yeah, in India. So we are very fortunate that we are in Hyderabad and we are getting services to serve Srila Prabhupada in Hyderabad. So remember that this lecture was given to foreigners, and it was given in 1972, a time of the world when in that part of the world people were not ready for religion. People were not ready for any austerities. It was hippie culture, right? Anybody who spoke beyond 50, they would just ignore, right? Anybody who speaks, his age is more than 50, they don't want to listen. And women and men, they just want to identify themselves as same. That is a Western culture, right? I mean, even now they are confused, they're male or female. But in those days, it was even more prominent, and it was like whatever you want to call it. So in those days, in 1972, in Los Angeles, such a materially strong. You can help it close. You just push it and it close. Okay. So in those days, if Srila Prabhupada is speaking this, what you're going to hear in this lecture, if it makes even one of you 1% uncomfortable for a good reason, but uncomfortable. Just think about whom Prabhupada was addressing at that time in 1972, talking about Grihastha Ashram, right? So let's hear this sometime, and because Prabhupada's appearance day also, we can nicely understand that Prabhupada is speaking to each one of us individually and telling us what we should understand from Grihastha Ashram. I don't know where the sound comes from, but
Following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto,
Is it
third
audible?
chapter, text number 17, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on September 22nd, 1972, in Los Angeles.
Translation. In the 12th incarnation, the Lord appeared as Tanvantari, and in the 13th, he allured the atheists by the charming beauty of a woman and gave nectar to the demigods to drink. This is very interesting. To have very charming wife is not very good. And in your country, you have got all charming wives. Chanakya Pandit said that there are 4 kinds of enemies in family life. He is a very experienced person. He says, Mata Satru. And family means we live with father, mother, wife, children. This is family. In your country, family does not mean father, mother, only wife and children. But in our country, according to Vedic civilization, family is a large conception. Father, mother, brother, sister, sister's son, brother's son. If there is difficulty, one has to sue. So on the whole, father, mother, wife and children consisting of family. Now, Chanakya Pandit says, in the family there are enemies. How? Rina Karta Pita Satru. Chanakya Pandit said, a father who is a great debtor, he is enemy. Because the son inherits the money of the father. Similarly, the law is that if the father dies a debtor, the son becomes responsible to pay the debts. That is the law. I do not know what is law here. I don't think the son is responsible for paying the debts of father. But in India, that is the law. One big barrister, Mr. C.R. Das, his father died insolvent, making debt. So when he became very rich, he called all the creditors and paid 5 to 5. That my father was debtor. He paid this. That is the obligation. Therefore, Chanakya Pandit said, the father who dies a debtor is an enemy. Rin karta pita satru. Rin means debts. Karta means one who has committed so many debts and died. The father, instead of enjoying father's property, he has to pay the father's debts. So therefore, that father is called enemy. Rin karta pita satru. Mata satru vicharini. And mother, if she marries for the second time, she is enemy. Rin karta pita satru, mata satru vicharini. Rupavati Vajja Satru. And very beautiful wife, she is enemy. And Putra Satru Apandita. And if the son is a full rascal, he is enemy. Four kinds of enemy in the family. So, I think I have spoken about my own life. You know that I was a married man. So after being married, I did not like my wife. Somehow or other I did not like. I must say she is very faithful, very everything, everyone. But I did not like somehow or other. So I was preparing for next marriage. Next marriage. Because in India at that time it was allowed. A man can marry more than one wife. Now the law is there. So my father, he was a saintly person. See, he called me one day and said, my dear boy, you are trying to marry again. I request you, don't do that. You do not like your wife, there is a great fortune for you. So I give up that idea, marrying. Yes. So now I am realizing my father's blessing. Yes. If I would have been too much attached to my wife, then I could not have come to this world. That's a fact. So, by ethical point of view, from spiritual point of view, to become too much attached to wife is an impediment for spiritual advancement. Therefore it is said that Annan Apaya Suran Annan Mohinan Mohitam Striya. Those who are Sura, demigods, they were given the nectar. And others means opposite number of Sura or Asura, the atheist, or the demons. They were enchanted by the beautiful form of Mohini. Krishna's another incarnation is female, Mohini, charming. So much charming that even Lord Shiva was after the girl. Lord Shiva is supposed to be Dhira, but he became Char and he was after that girl. So when Krishna is already beautiful, but when he takes the shape of an woman, how beautiful he became. We can just imagine. Women are naturally beautiful. They are called fair sex. So, Mohinya. So this Mohini, this attractive feature of woman is advantage and disadvantage. It requires simply handling. then it is advantage. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu played this play, Mohini, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was playing drama. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very beautiful. He took the part of this Mohini Murti. And she was dancing with the pot of nectar. So all the devotees, they offer their obeisance because Mohini Murti means God's incarnation. So my dear Lord, this Murti, this form, this charming form is somewhere Rakshasini. Rakshasini means what is called witches or the female demon. And somewhere you are goddess of fortune. So why, never mind, generally beautiful wife means everyone's wife is beautiful. Unless one sees his wife beautiful, he cannot become a household. I think I did not see my wife beautiful. Therefore, I had to take sunlight. But generally, everyone sees his wife beautiful. There is a great poet in Bengal, Bankim Chandra. He used to say that everyone has got right to say his wife beautiful. That means the wife may be beautiful or not beautiful to other side, but the husband's side it must be beautiful. Otherwise there cannot be husband. The fact is that our householder life is not a platform of being attracted by woman or by wife. No. Wife is not accepted for sex satisfaction being attracted by her. No. Therefore, wife is called Dharma Bodhini. Dharma Bodhini. Dharma Bodhini means a religious wife. Or husband and wife should execute religious life, spiritual cultivation. That is the purpose of becoming householder. Grihastha. Not that I become attracted by wife and I become absorbed in simply sex relation and forget my real duty, Krishna consciousness. That is dangerous. So generally, if one's wife becomes very beautiful, he forgets his real duty, Krishna consciousness, and he simply becomes a pet servant of the wife. That is it. Therefore, Rupa Goswami says, Anasaktasya Vishayan Jatharam Upajanjat. One should not be attracted for sex life. Jatharam Upajanjat. But does it mean that husband and wife have to have sex? No. Jatharam, as it is required. As is required means, well, sex life with wife should be performed only for creating a Krishna conscious child. Nothing. No more at all. That life is better. And that thing means not only better, that is the ideal life. Wife and husband, combination, both should make progress in Krishna consciousness. Women, they are generally equipped with the qualities of passion and ignorance. And man also maybe, but man can be elevated to the platform of goodness. Woman cannot. woman cannot be. Therefore, if the husband is nice and the woman follows, woman becomes faithful and chaste to the husband, then they both life becomes successful. There are three qualities of nature: sattva, raja, tama. So, rajastama, generally, that is the quality of woman. And man can become to the platform of goodness. Therefore, initiation, Brahminical symbolic representation is given to the man, not to the woman. This is the theory. Therefore, the combination should be that the husband should be first class devote, Krishna conscious. And woman should be devoted to the husband, faithful, so that she will help the husband to make progress in Krishna consciousness. Then their both life is successful. Otherwise, if the husband simply becomes captivated by the charming beauty of woman and engages himself in the sex life, then his life is lost. And the woman, they are less intelligent, they are less guided by a proper husband, her life is also lost. So those who are not demigods, here it is of fire, Sura, Sura or Sura. Sura, those who are not developed to Krishna consciousness, they are Asura. So every husband should be a Sura. Sura means devotee. And every woman should be religious. Religious means to become chaste, faithful to the husband. And the husband should become a devotee. Then both of them will make progress in Krishna consciousness, and that is the perfection of life. So here it is very clearly described the Anyan Mohini, Mohinya, Striya, by the formation. So we should not be attracted, but generally people are attracted. The whole world, the material world is going on that the woman is attractive for man and the man is attractive for woman. Pumsang Striya means Vibhavameta. This is the general platform of attraction between man and woman. And when they are united by such attraction, then they become more materially knotted. And then they are after Pumsang Striyami Tunibhavamoto Tayor Mitho Vidayaganti Mahu Ata Vidachetu Sutapta Viddai Janasya Mohoyam Ahamameti. Our material bondage is due to an illusion. What is that illusion? That I am this body, the Atma-buddhi. I am this body, and anything which is required for this body or which I possess for the comfort of this body, that is mine. Both of them are illusion, because I am not this body. I am soul, I am Brahmasmi. But the illusion is, everyone is thinking, I am this body. I am Indian, I am American, I am white, I am black, I am Brahmin, I am Shudra, I am this, I am that. But this is illusion. Therefore, the Vedic system is to save one from this illusion. The first stage of life is brahmachari, to understand the value of life and strictly without any association with woman. That is called brahmachari. Strictly. So, the whole Vedic system is to convince one that you are not this body and anything you possess in relationship with the body, they are all illusion. You are spirit soul, part and parcel of God, Krishna. Therefore, your duty is somewhere or other come out of this entanglement of the bodily concept of life and bodily possession. Come out, be free, Brahma Bhuta. Now your position is Jiva Bhuta. Jiva Bhuta means you are thinking that I am a product of this material world. All scientists, all philosophers, they have the same concept that I am this body. Beyond this body, there is nothing. All big professors, scientists. That after this body is finished, everything is finished. But actually, that is not a fact. From Bhagavad Gita, you understand that Najayate Namriyate, the spirit soul is never born, never dies. It is the body, material body, that takes birth and dies. But spirit soul remains. Dehantaram prapti, tatha dehantaram prapti. It transmigrates to another body, just like we are transmigrating from one body to another. There are so many children here. Now, they are doing so many things foolish, but we endure because we know that this body is foolish body. Nobody grudges. If a child does something which not to be done, just like I must see like they are chewing their thumb. But if you do that, that cannot be done. Because your body is different and his body is different. So these rascals do not understand the simple truth that this body is different from the body of a youth or a boy. They are different bodies. They are thinking the body is growing. The body is not growing. Body is changing. Just like in cinema, photograph, you see some body is moving, but that is not moving. That is different body changing the photograph. But because it is shown so swiftly, we see that one body. As soon as the machine is stopped, the body is stopped. Immediately. They have experience. So these bodies are different bodies. Otherwise, a child does so many things foolishly. And a elderly boy or a youth, he does not do that. Because the body is different. Why do they not understand? This is called ignorance. The body is different. Similarly, as everyone has got past, present, and future, you are all young men. You had your past, you had a child's body, a boy's body, and future you get a body like me, aged. Similarly, I had my past, I had a youth's body, now I have got aged body, then why not future, another body? This is very common conclusion. And it is given, it is confirmed, not that we are imagining. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. Tatha dehantaram prapti. As the child is changing body to boyhood, boy is changing body to youthhood. Deenasmin jata dehi kaumanam jovanam jara. And the youth is changing body to old age body. Similarly, the old also will change the body. again we'll get a small baby's body, and again. That is the way of nature. So, every one of us, spirit, soul, part and parcel of God. Now, we are embarrassed due to our ignorance. So when this ignorance is moved, we become enlightened. That is called Brahma, self-realization, spiritual realization. Brahma Bhuta Prasanna. Prasojati Namankati Samasta Deshu Deshu Madhvakti Lavati Param. So without being Brahma Bhuta, that I am spirit soul, Krishna consciousness does not become very perfect. If we are in the bodily concept of life, then it is rather difficult. It will take time. Because unless you come to the platform to understand that you are not this body, you are spirit soul, the actual devotional service does not begin. But to the neophyte student, the chance is given to develop this devotional service, savanam, kirtanam, smaranam, archanam, vandanam, dasam. The method is by constantly being engaged in devotional service, one becomes realized soul, God helps him, Krishna helps him, and then he becomes a perfect liberated soul. Liberated soul means Hitya Anatharupam. Now we are working under the designation of this body. Everyone is working under this designation of this body. When we become above the designation of the body, and that is our real constitution. So, first of all, to realize that I am not this body, the next stage is that I am spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, as part and parcel is meant for giving service to the whole, therefore my constitutional positioning is to serve Krishna. That is perfection of life. Thank you.
जरूर इसके अंकल की सेटिंग वेटिंग होती है नेपोटिज्म
Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki
जय
देवेंद्र प्रभु कैसा लगा? हरे कृष्ण. Hare Krishna, my senior god brothers are here, Shambhari Prabhu and Balgan Prabhu. With your permission, just reflect on some things for me. Please add wherever, correct me. So today we are here in this house, beautiful house. Is the house beautiful?
हरि बोल
Why is the house beautiful?
कृष्णा is जगन्नाथ
Krishna is there and devotees are there. Devotees are here. Once one person was walking, two friends were walking, and it was a filthy place. So there was some dog stool on the way. So one friend told the other friend, "Hey, come this side. Don't go that side. There the stool is, just now the dog put the stool. It's fresh. And come this side. This side it's a little dry. There also dog stool is there. So there you can walk because it's dry. Right? If you truly look at it, stool is stool. Whether it dry stool or wet stool. Whether it is flat or a villa. It's all material matter at the end of the day. There's nothing about it. There's nothing, no value to this. There's no value to this. In Grihastha Ashram, we should realize that there is actually no value to this. When there are devotees, when it is used in Krishna's service, it is something worthy. So is even our body. Right? If somebody is thinking I'm tall, I'm short, I'm fair, I'm dark, I'm old, I'm young, you're on bodily platform. Still you're on bodily platform. Right? What do you want to show from this body? Means you still want to show something from this body. That means you're on bodily platform. What are the things that we like to show in our body? Let's expose our thoughts. Whether a man or a woman. Somebody likes to show his face. Right? You wash your face, comb nicely. I say, I look beautiful, isn't it? If you're muscular, you want your biceps to be shown, right? You want to wear short shirts or something like that. Women want to show their body as well, right? That's there. That is there. This is a natural phenomenon of the material world. This is an uncomfortable question, but let me ask, what are the things you don't want to show in your body? Think about it. You don't want anybody to see. Because you know what? You also don't want to see that because it's so filthy. There's nothing attractive about it. Private parts. You don't want to see, you don't want others to see. It's a good, respectful word to say private parts, but better to remain private. But something that you don't want anybody to see. Whole life, if you are a Tata, Birla, or whatever, rich person you are, whatever rich person you are, please think what I'm telling you. Whatever rich person you are, what are you doing? You are showing that part of the body which you want to show. Because you know that if somebody sees my other part of the body, he may not like me. Or she may not like me. You understand what I'm saying? Would you want anybody to see when you're going stool? That's why you go inside a toilet, right? Door band karke. Of course, some aliens and all, there is no door also. So that new, some people are making new, houses with no wall to a bathroom. Weird things are happening. But anyway, but nobody wants that to happen. Is that true? Nobody wants to be seen when he is going to urine or stool because you want to look beautiful. Is that true? Prabhujis and Matajis, this material world will expose you before you die. Your son, your daughter, somebody in your house will clean your stool. I'm seeing my father in my house. My father was uncomfortable to go to urine even in a public place. He was very uncomfortable to go to urine. He had, what is that? In bladder, there is a problem. We have to fix that bladder every time. So 3 times he had that operation where the urine doesn't come naturally. He has to put a lot of force for it to come. It comes, to many men it will come. Just a matter of time. I don't know what you call that. I forgot the word. Prostate. Yeah. Once I went with him to hospital and the doctor told, I want to test. There is a test which says you do the urine and I want to test the force of the urine. I want to test the force of the urine. And I was sitting there behind him and the doctor was there and there is a place in that clinic where he has to go to urine. And doctor is telling, go to urine, I have to test. My father is standing there. He could not go to urine. Doctor is saying, go, I need to test. Reddy Garu, Naren Reddy Garu, please go to urine. No. Then I told the doctor that he cannot go when you are here. You tell me what to do, I will do. I will do, tell me, because he is very conscious. He is such kind of person. Many of us are. You won't get it. When I stood beside him and said, Nana, go now, he said, you go. I can't do it even when you are there. And then even after I went out, still he was not able to go because he was conscious that I'm in a different place. There is not a toilet. This is not something that I normally go to. That person today is going urine naked in front of 5 people when they're cleaning his body. Prabhu, this is material world for you. We all at one point or the other, in some form or the other, will be exposed, and everything that we think we are beautiful about will become nasty. So don't think, we are, whichever situation we are, whether I'm living in a villa or big building or a skyscraper or a whatever scraper, one day this material world is going to expose you to the core. कहते हैं ना बेशरम हो जाते हैं, होना पड़ेगा. We all are going to become dependent on our children. We all will become dependent on children. We have to face the reality. That's what Prabhupada is saying. This body is like that. Right? If you think that, no, I don't want this to be done by my children, it's a very good prayer actually to ask God that, I don't want this to happen. I don't want anybody to serve me in that way before I die. It's a good prayer. There is actually Vedic prayer for that. There is a chant actually. You know that? Yeah, something like that. But it may or may not. May or may not. But this way or that way, we are going to see the reality of this material world. Of this, there is no doubt. So, Prabhu, why am I speaking such a gross thing? These are reflections, right? In my early Krishna conscious days, one Bhagavan Prabhu told that, if you want to understand death, you should see your father. If you want to understand birth, you should see your son. Somewhere you referred that when you were giving the lecture. I did not understand that time. I really did not understand that time. But now, with my father on the bed, and daily what is going through in the house, I want to see what is death. What is death? What is old age? Jara means what? What can happen to us? What can be? What can happen to you? And it's mentally preparing me that there is nothing beautiful about myself to be shown to this world. There's nothing. If I'm thinking there is something beautiful, means I have to come back here. Right? There is nothing. Husband and wife, young, old, these all things are bodily designations, bodily identification, which can change at any point of time. Any point of time. I have a friend, she's 42 years old, something like that. You know what is the problem? She's a millionaire. You know what is the problem? She can't stop her urine. She lost some sensitivity. Finish. Just think about it. You are going in a BMW car and all the time you are wearing a diaper. Right? And the diaper is filled, you have to go and change it again. Kya zindagi hai? This is body for you. But Prabhuji and Matajis, all this is happening around us. All this is happening around us. It is happening in hospitals. If you are working in a hospital, still you will not become Krishna conscious. Seeing suffering doesn't make you a devotee. Sometimes it can make you more ignorant also, that it will not be effective. People in the hospitals, right? The ward boys and nurses, they clean stool every day. For them, every 5 minutes, sometimes in a ward, one nurse is there. Every half an hour, she's cleaning stool. She's still not feeling that this body is bad. Right? Because that's ignorance. Om agyantimirandasya gyananjana shalakya chakshurumitaviyana tasmai shri gurave namah. Only Guru can remove that ajnana. Only somebody like Srila Prabhupada, with his beautiful Vani, can make us understand what we are. And of course, there is a man body, there is a woman body. What is the aspect of woman body? Both are same. But that body has certain needs, right? Where you are more body centered. I'm sure that question comes, Prabhupada says, women are in mode of ignorance and passion mostly. They're meant to be like that. Otherwise, the world will not function. Material world will not function if they're not like that. If you're not attached to your children, if you're not attached to your family, who will take care of the family? If everybody in the house is saying, I'm not this body, who will take care of the child? Somebody has to think the child is also important. So woman is needed, but woman needs guidance. Woman needs guidance. If the woman starts thinking, I don't need guidance, then the world is going to in a completely wrong direction. And man also needs guidance because he needs a guru. So beautifully explained, Prabhupada is saying, in a Grihastha ashram, wife has to support her husband to become and practice Krishna consciousness. That is the first priority. Don't have to become a husband. One husband in house is good. And one wife in house is good. Two wives is also not going to work. Right? Does it mean that wife cannot suggest any suggestions to the husband? Does it mean wife has to simply follow what husband says? No. No, that's not what it means. Wife can remind what is dharma to her husband. Can you tell me one example in the past where wife reminded her husband what dharma is? Mother Sita told Ram, what are you telling? How can you leave me in this place and go? You have to take me. I'm your dharma patni. Whatever is your dharma is my duty. I'm here to do that duty. Right? Of course, Lord Ram wanted to glorify Sita, Mother Sita. That's the reason he told her, you stay here in the palace. I will go to the forest because I have given the bow. You did not give the bow. But she told no. And there are many places where even Draupadi chastised Yudhishthira. Are they not dharma patnis? Were they not following the path that Prabhupada is talking about? No. A woman can always remind her husband when he's becoming adharmic, when he's not able to follow dharma. Right? Supporting means what? Supporting means to serve. To serve and help. Are you all following me? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhu.
Are you all following me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Supporting means to help. In a very gross way once, in a discussion, me and Bhagavan Prabhu sometimes discuss a lot of these things. Prabhu said, man is a dog. Man is a dog. He needs somebody to control, and that is a woman. That's true. A woman has to control her husband. If the husband is not controlled, the dog will go and create nuisance in the whole society. And that's the nature of a man. He wants to be Purusha. He wants to be Purusha. Right? There is no man in the world, material person, who will say, I am happy with one wife. I can guarantee that. Due to society pressure is saying I should not speak this sentence. Nobody is there. But his wife's responsibility is to keep him satisfied in that house. Otherwise, that fellow will go out and become a dog. Are you all understanding? Your first priority as a wife is to keep your husband in control. Whatever he needs, whatever they need, keep them and motivate him to perform dharma. That's the point. These premarital seminars, they are given a lot of times. Women today can even get up and go. Sometimes even men can get up and go. When I told man is a dog, like, what do you mean, Kutta? But understand what is the purpose of life. Purpose of life is to support each other to go back to Krishna. And that is ideal life. That's what Prabhupada just told. For some of you, I don't know how many of you missed the lecture that I played now. Whatever Prabhupada spoke is true. But we have to apply that. And what comes in between? Our false ego comes in between. Right? False ego comes in between. So I'm going to read something from Chaitanya Bhagavat. From the Antya Leela 5.38 to 64. It is written by Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur has written about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sambad. One of the places, especially when you talk about Grihastha Ashram, right? This is a beautiful saga of discussion. Srivas Pandit's mysterious clap. That's the topic. Right? Small one, I just read. Please hear it out. Purushottam Nitai Das is telling, once Lord Chaitanya asked Srivas Pandit, I do not see you going anywhere to earn livelihood. So who is Srivas Pandit? Narad Muni. So in his house, the Sankirtan happens. How many of you here have gone to Shiva's Angan? Lift your hand. In Mayapur, Shiva's Angan. You're not gone? You've gone to Mayapur, right?
No, Prabhu, not got a chance to.
You're not gone to Mayapur. How many here have not gone to Mayapur? Lift your hand. Hare Krishna. I'm worried.
Corona it got cancelled, bro.
I'm worried. No. Really, we should go to Mayapur.
Please take us.
Yeah, yeah. No, you have to go. Go. Start your car and go. That should be the urgency. I'm worried that you might die anytime without going to Mayapur. यात्रा करेंगे बाद में जब जाएंगे तब जाएंगे. Please keep your priority. Apply leave. Tell your boss you don't exist. Go to Mayapur before you die. No, really, I'm serious about this. You have come on this planet during Kali Yuga, during this golden age, and Mahaprabhu has just now appeared and given Sankirtan movement. You are sitting in Tellapur and scratching your head. Who will take you to Mayapur and what nonsense is going on? Go! Start your car and get lost from here. Go to Mayapur. Finish it before this month end. I'm telling you. You might be thinking I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, this is very much needed. What are you waiting for?
In October, they're opening nursing temple.
Yeah. Yatras will happen. Yatra वो लेके जाएंगे तब लेके जाएंगे. तो पहले अपने आप को लेके जाओ. Yeah. Real opulence is going to these places and putting your head on the feet of the devotees and the Archa Vigrahas there. That is the real opulence. And we all have been given enough money for that. I'm sure everybody. If you say you don't have money, I'll come and remove all the gold on your. I'll sell it and give you that money at the latest rate. Right? So Shiva Sangan, Mahaprabhu used to go and Shiva Sangan. Somebody is going to murder me one day.
We should have the metal detectors.
So once,
We should have a metal detector.
Hare Krishna. Today Leland Prabhu is speaking, put a metal detector. Somebody is going to get a knife.
At least we have prepared from next satsang onwards what to wear and what not to wear.
Hare
Only
Krishna.
Tulsi Mala. From next section, only Tulsi Mala.
No, Tulsi la kuda golden Tulsi. The discussion. Can we keep Tulsi inside the golden Tulsi? Tulsi only, right? Okay, so Shiva's Pandit. Once Lord Chaitanya asked Shiva's Pandit, I do not see you going anywhere to earn livelihood. You have a big family. So how you maintain them? Right? Now this is Shiva's Pandit. Shiva's Pandit is replying. In my heart, please repeat after me. In my heart, I do not have any desire. To go anywhere. Whatever is destined, will come to me anyways. That's what he's saying. And then Shiva's Pandit clapped 3 times. Everybody clap. What does it mean? The Lord is asking. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shiva, what does it mean? What does it mean? Can you all do it again? 8 times. Shiva, what does it mean? Why are you clapping? మనం చేస్తే ఏం రాదు. If 3 times food does not come to me, if 3 times food does not come to me, 3 meals in a day, I will fast and then I will tie a water pot to my neck and drown myself in the Ganges. Shiva's Pandit is saying, I will fast. I'm not going to go outside and ask for food. And he's saying that I'll tie a pot to my neck and throw myself in Ganges and die. Why will he do that? If it 3 claps, if the food doesn't come to my house, I'm going to do that. Hearing the extreme woe, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was astonished. The Lord said, why should you fast, Srivas? Now hear the words. Even if Goddess Lakshmi becomes poverty stricken, still poverty will not enter your house. Shiva's Pandit's woe was not based on some sort of sentiment. He, along with his family members, used to remain absorbed in chanting the holy names of the Lord entire day and night. Being a pure devotee of the Lord, he was well aware that the Supreme Lord is the maintainer of all the living beings in the universe. Right? Aham sarvasva prabhu matta sarvam pravartate iti matpabhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. I am the creator, he is in charge of everything. But problem is we keep forgetting. Somebody who really feels Krishna's presence every moment in his life can speak this sentence. If you're not, don't even try. You'll keep clapping all day. Nothing will come to your house. Right? But if you are really depending on Krishna, right? If you're really depending on Krishna and you feel Krishna is there, he is there. Kidhar jayega Krishna? He can have this claim on Krishna. And Prabhupada had that faith in Krishna. When he was entering that land of America, he had, yes, Krishna is with me. So why is it not possible? Anything is possible, isn't it? Anything is. And once Srila Prabhupada told, if a Grihastha goes out and distributes books, and he gives one Bhagavad Gita to anybody on the road, and he just turns back, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is standing behind him. Yes, you're doing what I want you to do. Right? And Lord Krishna himself tells at the end of Bhagavad Gita that who is the most dearest to him? The one who gives this conversation between you and me to anybody is the most dear to me. And Grihastha Ashram is for that purpose, Prabhu. There is no other purpose, nothing to accumulate here. There's nothing to accumulate here. Even if you accumulate, you're not going to find happiness. Once His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj, he was thinking whether or not to become a brahmachari. He was telling in one lecture, should I become brahmachari or should I not become brahmachari? And he was saying that all the other brahmacharis in the ashram were ganging him up, saying, become brahmachari. Come on, you're ready to become brahmachari. Like, no, and then he was saying, out of his humility, he was saying that maybe devotees are seeing something very good in me, that if I become a devotee, I can do something for ISKCON. Like that, he was thinking. And then at that point, in Bhaktivedanta manner, the temple president, who recently left his body, what is his name? Shuddhidharma Prabhu, yeah. So he came and he said, this Keshav Maharaj, that time was not Maharaj.
Sutapa Prabhu.
Huh?
Sutapa Prabhu.
No, Shuddhidharma.
No. Keshav Maharaj.
Oh, when he was a brahmachari.
His name is Sutapa Prabhu.
Sutapa Prabhu, okay. So he made him sit. And then he was thinking, maybe now the temple president is going to tell me to join the ashram. Right? I might think, like that he was thinking. And Shuddhidharma Prabhu just told him that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement is going to go to every town and village. It is going to spread throughout the world. Everybody will chant Hare Krishna, whether you join ISKCON or no. He just told like that. And he said, I was amazed. My God, he just broke my false ego. Right? Any ability that I think that I have is not needed for ISKCON to grow. ISKCON is anyway going to grow. Just a matter of time. 474, 475, 476, everywhere. Just a matter of time. Time is separating. They might be thinking, it's a matter of time.
They all will be coming running for Mother.
Yes, they all will come here. They all will. And that is the reason Somataji and Praveen Prabhu have come here. What business they have to come from there to here? After so much publicity of Tellapur, I did in my lectures. They have come to Tellapur for a reason. Isn't it? The reason is to conduct Jagannath Rath Yatra here. The reason is to spread Krishna consciousness here. There is no other reason for a devotee to come here. And look at their house. Yeah, somebody might say interiors is good. Only a blind person will say that. But when Dwarkadish Prabhu came here, he said, house feels like a temple. There is Krishna everywhere. Can you see that Krishna everywhere? Is Jagannath there? Everywhere. It's not just pictures, it's a consciousness. Right? This is the richest house. In this house, Lakshmi Devi will reside. In this house, Lakshmi Devi will give abundantly. Because this house is for Krishna. And that is Grihastha Ashram. Whether you're living in a 1 bedroom or a 10 bedroom. What matters is, what are you doing with that house? And where is your ego sitting? Where is your ego sitting? That's what matters, isn't it? So continuing, and moreover, Srivas Pandit's house, although was in this material world, but it was in fact a part of the spiritual world because Lord Chaitanya, the Supreme Lord, personally used to come to his house, and it is his house the holy names of Lord continuously reverberated. And we know that in the kingdom of the Lord, no one has to work hard for their maintenance. So nobody has to work hard in Goloka. And if you are Krishna conscious, you don't have to work hard here also. I'm not telling don't work hard unless you become Krishna conscious. So first become Krishna conscious, then you can think about hard work. What is hard work, by the way? The work that you don't want to do. That is hard work. It's not working 20 hours. That is donkey work. Hard work means the work you don't want to do. Are Krishna conscious devotees doing hard work?
Hardly working.
Because they like what they do. Huh?
Hardly working.
They're hardly working. Hardly working. And trust me, Prabhupada and Mataji, I'm telling with my insignificant Krishna conscious life, sitting here in front of all of you, very insignificant. In this insignificant life itself, I've seen when Krishna wants you to progress in spiritual life and you show sincerity, he will make all arrangements for you. If he sees that spark of enthusiasm in you, it happened to me in Boston. I would never forget, and I realized that it is happening with me. See, a lot of times after happening, you realize, but why it is happening, I realize, my God, this is not ordinary. I was working for half an hour a day in the office. Half an hour a day. My team was 5 people. My competitor had 200 people on the floor. I had only 5 people. I could be eliminated any time. This project is gone, I am gone. That is the situation. And my company sent me to increase my account. Right? On the opposite side, competitors are IBMs and PwCs and Wipros and Infosys, and I'm this little chotawala fellow sitting there with 5 people doing a testing assignment. I have no scope of growth. At that time, Krishna brings devotees into my life, and somehow I become amazed that, oh my God, this truth of life nobody told me. In Nalgona district, we don't talk about all this thing. When will I know? When will I know? How will I know? My God, so many answers are coming. And then I told my wife, every day I'm going to go half an hour early. So I used to go at 7:45. I said I'm going to go at 6:30. So she, used to make breakfast for me a little early. And then I used to take the commuter train. Every day I used to go to the temple. Right? Every day going to the temple. Beautiful. Radha Gopi Vallabh, the deity's name. I used to go there. And one amazing brahmachari, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, who was forcefully asked to give classes, was not ready to spend time on giving classes because he felt I'm wasting my time if I'm not doing book distribution. Like that. And I was the only one sitting in the class. Only one. Me, him, and Mike. And he used to look at me and like, look at my situation. I don't want to give a class and now you are sitting here. What should I do? It's recorded, these are conversations. He used to tell in between the lecture. But I used to be like, oh my God, I want to hear. And during that time, Prabhupada and Matajis, my account grew from 5 people to 80 people in 1 year. 1 year it grew. And I had nothing to do with the account growth. Anyway, I left the company, so if somebody's hearing recording, they're in jail. That's what happened. I got variable pay also. Forget about fixed pay. I got 300% variable pay. 300%. Right? Never happened in the history. I'm sure Azim Premji would not have thought I'll give so much, or any of the company owners would not have thought. Who wants to give 300 pay variable pay? They gave because the target was 5 to 10, it became 80. Right? And you know what I used to do? I used to hear lecture in the morning. I used to have this little recording device, that Zoom, what is that? Huh? iPod kind of a thing. Then I used to go to the office and keep that in my ears, and I used to transcribe the entire lecture till afternoon. Then have my lunch. Then one of the team members would come and tell there is a meeting, sir. I would say, okay, I'll come, you go. He used to understand IPN, right? And then I used to sit and search for Krishna conscious material and learn what he has told and hear more lectures related. And then, I used to make, because now we have big flexi prints here. In US, we did not have flexi prints at that time. So I used to make big posters of Krishna by pasting a high pixel in Excel, then pull it, drag it down, and then copy it, and then selection, and then print it into 20 pages, and then go home and combine those pages with sellotape and make a big Krishna poster for the satsangs. I made like 30, 40 of them. Yes, big sellotape. And my 6 hours, and one devotee came and told, can I give you order for 10? I said, I'm not doing it. Don't take me there. I'm not taking orders. It's only for our satsang. There's a big roll of those people. I don't know where they are now. Some devotees took them at that time. You remember that, Prabhu? Seeing those posters? Prabhu used to come sometimes. Crazy things. Barely working for half an hour. Right? And we're getting variable pay. Krishna was working, Prabhu's Krishna can do coding, Krishna can do unit testing, Krishna can do... I'm telling you, Krishna can do everything. If you think that Krishna doesn't exist, then he doesn't. But if you think Krishna exists, he can do any damn thing. He can do. He can make a center ready in 40 days. He can raise money like nobody could think. He could construct Mayapur ISKCON temple, huge structure. Right? He can help a devotee in any situation if he is depending on Krishna. But that happens for some time, right? And I could see that's happening, and then the pride comes, right? Pride comes. I have done something in Krishna consciousness. Krishna saw this fellow is becoming proud, and then he took me and threw me in South Carolina, where there is no trace of a devotee. A lot of Indians don't know a state called South Carolina. I never knew. What is it? Carolina? Who is Carolina? There is South also, North also.
It's Tennessee also.
Huh?
It's beside Tennessee also.
It's a Tennessee. A lot of Indians don't know. For Indian, American Darshan means what? Washington. Musalli kuda cheptadu Nalgonda. Washington bhayattamani. Washington, New York, Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty, Niagara Falls.
Los Angeles.
Huh?
Los Angeles.
కొంతమంది చెప్తారు కొంచెం.
Disneyland.
Now that Disneyland.
Grand Canyon.
Right? This is a Grand Canyon. I'm not giving a recap to, a lot of people hear my lecture and go and do all these things. Roji, can you tell me the lecture where you told all the places to go and America? Come on. But anyway. So, I don't know. So Krishna helps. Krishna is very much there. When you are in trouble, if you can remember Krishna, he will come and help us. Right? And Shiva's Pandit is speaking these words because he knew that Krishna is there. Krishna is there. Bhajavure mana Shri Nandanandana Abhaya Charana. Abhaya Charana. Holding his feet. When you depend on him, he is there. He will solve all the problems in our life. So in Bhagavad Gita 9.22, Krishna says, to those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Amen. Bhakti Shastri ki jai. Yes. Lord has promised that he personally takes care of his unalloyed devotees. He has promised. No, Krishna doesn't go back on his promise. He personally takes care of his unalloyed devotees. Haridas Thakura was not allowed inside the Jagannath temple, but Lord Chaitanya, who is none other than Lord Jagannath himself, would personally bring different varieties of delicious Mahaprasadam of Jagannath temple to Haridas Thakura, and he used to make sure that Haridas Thakura ate it. He would sit and make him eat. Just see the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Murugari, the cruel hunter who got enlightened by the mercy and teachings of Narad Muni, but he was a bit worried. He asked Narad Muni, if I give up hunting, then how will I maintain myself and my family? And the great sage replied, you don't worry. Once you take shelter of the Lord, then you will not be deprived of any necessities of life. Murugari gave up his sinful profession, became a devotee, and the Lord made sure that his needs are well taken care. Right? What is the reason it worked for him? Because he exactly followed what Narad Muni told. If we follow what our Guru is telling, if we follow what Lord Krishna is telling through the words of Guru, we are done. Our spiritual life is over, finished. Problem is, we hesitate. We have our own false ego, we call, conditionings, you call. Everybody is struggling in spiritual life. Everybody is struggling because of these conditionings, right? We are not ready for sadhu sangha. We are getting sadhu sangha, but we are not ready. I'm sorry, I'm using the word we. Even if we go in between sadhu sangha, we'll create some nuisance only there. Like dandruff in the hair. Sometimes you become dandruff in a satsang. We're going to spoil the satsang by going and doing your unnecessary materialistic thinking, thoughts. No. Sadhus don't need us, we need the sadhus. They don't need to be organized. They don't need to be organized. They are what they are. If a materialistic person goes in between sadhus, sangha, he'll find a lot of services which sadhus don't want to do. They don't care about some things. They don't care. They don't care. We have to, of course, we have to serve. But we have to serve, but should not think that sadhus are not doing it. Sadhus are not doing it because they don't care. They don't care. Right? Sometimes in big yatras, when yatras happen, sadhu is speaking, and Guru wants to speak to his disciples. He's giving Krishna Gyan, he's giving the Krishna Katha. He doesn't care what time is lunch. Did it pass through 3:30, 4:30, and he doesn't care. There are devotees behind saying, Maharaj, kab rokenge? Prasadam is getting cold, and that is needed. And that is what a disciple's duty is. He should do that. But if he thinks that his Guru Maharaj is not being fair, that is Vaishnava. Are you understanding? There's a thin line. Oh, devotees are not doing this, I am doing it. No, you are doing because you are supposed to do it. You have the ability to do it. You have the consciousness to do it. But don't think devotees are not doing it, because devotees don't care. Somebody sitting there, he doesn't actually care. But if you are doing it, do it. Do it as a service. Any service. Right? Sometimes the mic might be like this. Sadhu will not, he'll speak. But it's your duty to take the screwdriver like this and make sure it is straight. But if you think that, hey, devotee, come on, usko seedha karo na. He's not in that consciousness, Prabhu. How do you understand? Sadhus are different. Sadhu means he's completely Krishna conscious. He's away from this world. Yan is a sarva bhutanam. What is it? Sanisha. Sanisha Pashato Muni, that's the last one. Tasyam Jagrati Samyami, Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani, Yanisa Pashato Muni. So what is night for a sage is day for a materialistic, and what is day for a sage is night for a materialistic person. We should always remember that when we are going to satsangs. should always remember that. That my job is to serve and not to judge anybody here. Anybody here. Because if you judge us, then you'll be thrown out. Like I was thrown out of Boston Satsang. And then I understood what is the value of devotion. Literally, when I landed in the Greenville Airport, Greenville Airport is like airport in one village. Nobody even knows, that airport exists. The flight is landing in such, where is the airport? Oh, the airport hai. Someone lands there, right? And then there's no devotees, no Krishna consciousness. I can do any damn thing, right? There are no devotees to see me also. I'm wearing Kantimala. I can break my regulatory principles. I can go and eat whatever I want. Your mind starts giving ideas. Kar lena. You're out of Boston. Right? Now both can enjoy spiritual life, material life. Right? Me and my wife and Parth and they were small kids. We were out of Boston. Literally we were into tears, What do we do? 4 hours south, there is Atlanta. 4 hours north, there is Srinivasacharya Prabhu, Charlotte. If you want to see a devotee, you want to hear Hari Bol. We just want to hear Hari Bol. You have to go 4 hours. The only people who will tell Hari Bol Hare Krishna, we both to each other. And then I asked my Shiksha, what should I do? Till then I was not preaching. And I don't know preaching. I'm just hearing. I'm hearing from Madhavaya Prabhu. I'm hearing from Balwan Prabhu when he visits. I'm hearing from Srinivasacharya Prabhu. Then my Shiksha Guru told me, you preach. Because nobody is there. No, you do. No, you do what is needed. Prabhu, I can't preach. Your false ego is telling that you can't preach. Because you think that you will preach. Sit down and repeat what you heard. Then I pulled my PowerPoint presentations. Hari Bol. Then we started preaching. And nobody was there. So what should we follow? How should we preach? Follow what your Shiksha Guru does. Just the same format. Everything same format. You know the format, right? Send advertisement. When people come, open the door, hug them so tightly that they will like L4, L5, C1, C2, C3, everything will become straight. Make them feel they exist, right? Serve them. Serve them like your Shiksha Guru served you. Unfortunately, Shiksha Guru served them. Serve us in the beginning. So serve them like that, right? And then you will feel the Krishna's presence. And we started serving. And then we said we should go to Atlanta temple and find out if there is any devotee. So we went to Atlanta temple 4 hours. Then I asked the temple president there, forgot his name. It comes with V. Vedasara Prabhu. Yeah, he asked him. So Prabhu, is there any Krishna conscious devotee who lives in Greenville? I'm coming from Greenville. So I'll make an announcement. Let us see who is there. So it was Sunday feast. And he made an announcement. Is there any devotee who lives in Greenville area? Because there is one devotee who's come there. He is looking for association. I was desperately looking around and one hand goes up. One hand goes up. Vijay Gopal Prabhu, the disciple of Indradunya Maharaj. White body, American, Ireland, Irish. Yes, Polish, sorry. He lifted his hand. I stay there. Oh Maya, if I want to hear Hari Bol, I know where to go. Yeah, wonderful devotee. So Prabhu's, in Grihastha life, if you don't have devotee association, you are in very dangerous situation. And you'll understand that only when you lose devotee association. And don't lose devotee association. Don't judge devotees. Don't think you are anything special. You are nothing. You are coming here to take sadhu sangha. Like what we heard from Prabhupada today, what I'm repeating from here, this sadhu sangha. Right? We have to be reminded that we are in this material world. Otherwise, we'll be busy showing what we are good at. Right? I'm good, and my face is good. You'll never show what is nonsense, but you'll be exposed one day. Right? I was speaking about this, to Bhagwan Prabhu recently. It was around night, I think 11:30 or something. Sometimes we have very late night calls. He also sleeps late sometimes. So I was telling that I'm going through this with my father, and I see him being embarrassed to what is happening to him. We want to show only what is good to others. And then Prabhuji told an amazing point. He said that Which tilak in your body you wear nicely? How many tilaks you wear on your body? 12. Are all of you wearing or no?
Yes.
You should wear. You should wear. This body is a temple. You should wear. There is a mantra for each. Among all these tilaks, which tilak, like, this Keshvaya Nama is the most good looking tilak, isn't it? This will look like a tilak. It will straight like this, then you adjust like this. What about the other tilaks? Madhava, Narayana, Vaishnava, Vamana, Sridhara, Srivikrama, Sridhara, Education, Masudana. Right? Are you even worried how the tilak is? When the Gita Vartanade, Nike tick Vartanade. What does it mean? That only means that you don't value something that people can't see. It's the same materialistic consciousness you're carrying. If this tick is like this, huh? Tilak is going like immediately, Prabhuji, kya tilak pehne? I should make sure that my tilak is the most best tilak in the entire satsang. Tilak పెట్టుకోరు నాయన, ఇది కృష్ణుడి ఫీట్ కాదు, ఇది నా ఫీట్ ఇక్కడ కనబడుతుంది. దాంట్లో కూడా ప్రైడ్. దేర్ ఆల్సో యూ వాంట్ టు షో యువర్ ప్రైడ్, రైట్? My tilak should come to the tip of my largest tulsi leaf. Okay? But what about the tilaks here? You don't even care. Because this is for show off, this is for inner. And what to speak of Damodara and Padmanabha? Tilakunnado ledo, you don't even know because you're not conscious. But in one video I was seeing how Prabhupada was applying tilaks. If you go to YouTube, there is a video. It just comes, Prabhupada diaries or something. There, Prabhupada, you see, he's standing in front of the mirror, it's like this, then putting that tulsi, exactly under that, then putting it so perfectly everywhere in his body. He's applying it like this. There was some commentary going on, but the video was not meant to show him putting tilak, but I saw it. My God, he's so conscious. He's so conscious. Right? How conscious we have to be in spiritual life. There is Krishna's lotus feet. There is Tulsi Maharani. How am I wearing my tilak? Everything matters. Right? Because Prabhu, we have to know that Krishna is looking at me. Krishna is looking. Am I chanting the names when I call the tilak? You know, spiritual life means you become more absorbed in those names. But it also goes reverse. When you start going towards mode of ignorance in bhakti, you don't even call out the names. Like, ready. Arey, kya kiya? Kyun kiya? Right? Holy names, you have to chant. Right? So, anyways, we'll just finish this. When Durvas Muni told the Pandavas that he, along with the thousands of followers, will come to have food at their house, and the Pandavas were in great anxiety. They were living in the forest and had nothing with them to feed their guests at that time. Draupadi had Akshay Patra, a divine pot, which could supply unlimited food, but once Draupadi finished her food, then the supply of food used to stop for that time period. And all of them, including Draupadi, had finished their meal. It was great crisis. Draupadi remembered Lord Krishna and immediately appeared. In the divine pot, just a grain of rice was left, and the Lord ate it. And as soon as Krishna ate it, everyone's hunger got satiated, including that of Durvas Muni and his thousands of followers. When Krishna is, please repeat after me. When Krishna is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. Right? How do you want to satisfy your relatives?
Satisfy Krishna.
When Krishna is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. Don't try to satisfy them and think they'll be satisfied. Are you materially satisfied here? Anybody? Lift your hand. What is your next car? What is your next house? Huh? My wife was telling we should have villa.
474.
We were just discussing out of humor. We should have villa. We should have this. No? Why? You can stay in different floor. I stay in different floor. No need. Different loka. Tapa loka, jana loka. ಅಬದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಳೆ ಅವರು joking. Yes. Why we want to.
Shraddhaji, Prabhuji wants to convey some message. He just uses you.
He wanted to give you a
You are an instrument.
Prabhupada told if you want to support a husband, just accept what is saying.
Accept
No,
the
no, no.
475 owner. Find the details and.
Prabhuji will
Hare
join.
Krishna. So when Krishna is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. As soon as we bring Krishna in our life, then we do not remain deprived of anything. What are words of Vrindavan Thakur? We bring Krishna in our life, we are not deprived of anything. Yeah. Devendra Prabhu, आप वहाँ बैठना चाहेंगे चेयर में? Please, you can sit there because ऐसे मुड़ के देखना पड़ रहा है. Please. Mati, can one of you give chair to Prabhuji? Yeah. Prabhuji, वहाँ बैठिए. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yeah. Yes. As soon as we bring Krishna in our life, then we do not remain deprived of anything. In this material world, all the necessities, which is a must for our survival, has been arranged by the Lord. All the necessities which are must for our material life are arranged by the Lord. Once again, Bhagavad Prabhu says something very impactfully. He says some words. He said, "Khadpu kichad bojja ki alad." Krishna khadpu kichad
Need and greed.
bojja ki need and greed. Bojja ante endi? Chupate avasam ledhu. You can see externally also. Idi bojja. Ante baga ekkuvaindi. Atyahara. Right? If you want this belly, then Krishna will not give. Durga will give. Right? According to your prayers, she will give. But Krishna will give for your need. Prabhus and Matajis, there is nothing we are going to leave in this material world. There is nothing we want to earn in this material world. If you want to become Krishna conscious, just forget about everything else. You will not die with hunger. Until Srila Prabhupada's house, ISKCON, is there on this planet, you will not die of hunger. Guaranteed. Go sit outside Abbot ISKCON temple, take your mala, chant your rounds 3 times in a day. You will get enough prasad for right? Don't complain. If you are complaining that you are facing anxiety in this material world because you want a bhoja, right? Only Telugu people can understand. If you are hearing the lecture, you can't understand bhoja. You have to take birth in Telangana. Listen, what is bhoja? Bhoja means extra belly, stomach, right? Yeah. So Krishna is going to give. Of this, there is no doubt. Yes. In the material world, all the necessities which is a must for our survival has been arranged by the Lord. The water which we can drink, the air which we can breathe, the food which we eat, have not been invented by a mortal being, but has been given to us by the Supreme Lord. Now, coming back to the passion of Srivas Pandit. Extremely pleased by the devotion of Srivas Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, to anyone, now please repeat after me. To anyone who always meditates on me with exclusive devotion, I carry alms for them on my head. Anyone who meditates on me need never leave his door. All perfections will come to him automatically. Piety, wealth, happiness, and liberation will come to him. My servant need not ask for them. They will never leave my servant. My Sudarshana Chakra will always protect my servant. Even when all the universes are destroyed, he will not perish. Whoever remembers my devotee, I will feed and protect. The servant of my servant is very dear to me. Without even trying, he easily attains me. Why should he worry about food? I personally feed my servant.
Thank you, bro.
I'm reading. I personally feed my servant. Can you repeat this? Once more. One time, close your eyes and say, He personally feeds us. Srivas! Repeat. Srivas! You happily stay. Where you are. I will bring everything to your door. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur Chaitanya Bhagavat 5.38 to 64. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Prabhu, this is Krishna consciousness for a Grihastha. Right? Use your Grihastha ashram to become Krishna conscious, to spread Krishna consciousness. Everything Krishna will take care. So Karnataka Mata is there, Hare Krishna. Very interesting. And of get Krishna. Get Krishna. Remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. He will take care of everything. But you will not get Krishna if you are not serving his devotees. It is not. You will have to find time. You will have to remove time. You have to use your time only for Krishna conscious purpose, and Krishna will take care of everything, Prabhu. You will not have a single anxiety in our life. Not a single anxiety. I don't think, how many of your wives have sold your books for buying tea powder? Prabhupada's wife did that. She showed, huh?
If you write themselves, you don't
We have not written. But just think about it. We are so fortunate that, huh? What is it?
They've sent kidneys now, not those.
ఆ రోజులు పోయినాడు కిడ్నీలు అంటారు కృష్ణ.
How did Prabhupada react, Prabhu?
He left from.
He asked her, you want tea or me?
She said tea.
And Mother Saraswati came on her tongue and said tea. just like what is his name? Kumbhakaran told I want sleep. She told
6 months.
tea. And one disciple of Prabhupada in last Kartik Yatra on the stage, she glorified Prabhupada's wife and she said Dandavat Pranam because he told tea. Otherwise Prabhupada would have never come to Paris and I would have never become a devotee.
What a conscious.
She actually told it, on the big stage. But anyway, Prabhuji's Grihastha ashram is to give, not to take. It's a very deep principle. When I'm trying to implement, it is to give. Grihastha ashram is to give. Give to all the other three ashramas. Brahmacharya ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, Sannyasa ashram. If you are keeping and not giving, then you are going to come back here. Then of this there is no doubt. If you are keeping and not giving, or if you are not having giving mentality, then you are going to come back here. And I'm sure many will come back also. I'm not telling everybody who comes to satsang will go back. But if you understand this fact that I should not keep anything, I'm preserving what Krishna's wealth is.
Vishwakarma has come.
Huh?
Vishwakarma has come.
Vishwakarma is a big problematic person. He creates things so beautifully, people will be attracted. Kiran Prabhu. He is the one who designed this entire house.
Kiran Prabhu ki.
And he is the one who designed our center. Everything. People are appreciating
There's
so
so
much.
much of variety, Prabhu. Like everything is not the same. I didn't guess that it was Kiran Prabhu who made this.
Yeah,
Because it's so different from the center and from your house.
yes.
So much of
He'll
variety.
go back to Goloka and continue the same interior designing.
100%.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Grihastha ashram is to give. And we should not keep. If we have the keeping mentality, then we will have to come back here. It's very deep principle, bro. Not easy for Grihastha because Grihasthas are after money all the time. You need money. You can't say they don't need money. And sometimes they even do sins for getting that money. A Grihastha can commit sins. I'm not surprised if he does. Because he's so insecure, how will he make that money? But if he becomes a Krishna conscious devotee, then he'll depend on Krishna. A Grihastha who depends on Krishna will get money without any sins. But if you're a Grihastha who are not Krishna conscious, you will commit sins to get money. Otherwise, you can't survive in this material world. Depend on Krishna, Lakshmi Devi will supply you. Or commit sins and get that money and you come back here again and again. So Grihastha has to make sure that he uses his money, his resources in Krishna conscious services. Then only you will not be attached. And devotees are very intelligent people. When devotees come into your life, actually all devotees are Vaman Dev's disciples. What did Vaman Dev ask? Mude. Only 3 feet he asked. I didn't get my specs. So anyway, we'll see that. Right? So Grihastha, what is it? So all Krishna's devotees actually are Vaman Dev disciples. You know how? You know what they'll come and tell? Prabhuji Mataji, you do not do anything more. Just chant Hare Krishna. Offer what you can to Krishna. Did we all not get cheated like that? ఇట్లే పట్టాం కదా అర్థం స్టార్టింగ్ ఏం చెప్పారు అంత వామన్దేవ్ డిసైపుల్స్ వామన్దేవుడు అట్లే మూడే శుక్రాచార్య వాజ్ లైక్ శుక్రాచార్య మన చుట్టాలు ఏం చేస్తున్నావు ఇస్కాంటి బట్టి తెల్లదానికి అర్థం చేసుకోరా ఆయన అంత శుక్రాచార్య డిసైపుల్స్ వాళ్ళందరూ don't do that. That is how they start. Have you not chant? The moment you keep your hand inside this, like this. See this? Keep your hand inside this. I will. Khatam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Our entire Krishna consciousness is in this feedback. The day we remove our hand from this, our Krishna consciousness is complete. Gone. The day till the time it is there inside that feedback. Doesn't mean hold it and that's not what I meant. Are you depending on the holy names? Are you chanting your vow? Right? I will chant 16 rounds at any cost, minimum, on my beads, and that is my life. That is my commitment to Krishna. Many times when some people die, my Guru Maharaj gets a news. Somebody calls and says that this person has died, Maharaj, he is your disciple. You know what is the first question he asks? So he knows, right? He says, did he chant his rounds? Did he chant the rounds of the day? This is the question that the Guru asks. Why is he asking that? Because that is the most important thing. It's the most important thing. If he has not chanted, a Guru is so merciful, he will sit and chant for him. But I want that vow to be completed. You understand? That is how much importance he gives to chanting the holy names. And when are we supposed to finish our rounds? In the morning. Because once you remove your car, a lorry can come and kill you. Or you can die on the road. You are safe until you are in the house. Finish your rounds. బయటకు పోయడం ముందు కంప్లీట్ చేసుకో. You never know. Right? Today even 5 rounds are still, I think my 5 rounds are remaining. So I will not leave this house until I finish this. Prabhu, I'm telling you, it's a very dangerous thing. You don't want to die without fulfilling your vow. Minimum vow. Minimum, chant your rounds, 16 rounds. Right? And then you will go back to Krishna. Yes. And done. Yeah, but we are also, time is well.
5 minutes.
WhatsApp is there, bro.
No, it's not there. I can read it otherwise. Can you read it?
I can read it. I can read it.
Yeah. Prabhuji, over. What is the time?
2 minutes. There's one very nice transcript of Maharaj.
Yeah, I remember that. Get the garlands. Yeah, get the garlands. Yeah, so there is something that my wife has sent to read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. So this is a message from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj on marriage. So I'm just reading out the message what Amrata Mataji has forwarded. It says, when I was 8
You have to be louder.
When I was 8 years old, my parents were considering divorce. I remember my mother putting mascara on in front of a mirror, and I was sitting on her bed watching her. I thought it was a very strange thing, woman putting on mascara, so I was watching. And my mother said to me very seriously, everyone likes your father and everyone likes me, but we no longer like each other. So we are going to separate. I cried. It was very painful, just the thought of it. Some hours later, my father came home from work and I knew my mother was going to discuss this with him. He went in the bedroom and they closed the door. I was so disturbed that I secretly put my ear against the door to hear what they were saying. My mother told my father how much I had been crying, and I heard them both say that for the rest of their lives they would stay together because this is what was best for the children. They never separated. As the years passed, I can honestly say I never saw any two people that loved each other so much. Their love was very deep. It was not about romance because romance, it comes and goes. It was not just about personally or having complementary views on things. It was about heart to heart, sensible responsibility to each other for a higher principle because they chose to go through those difficulties together for the higher principle of their love for their children. I feel God awarded them with deep affection and love for each other. Beside the higher principle of children is the principle of God, the principle of our vows before the Lord to help each other to become pure, to become enlightened within our lives. That higher principle is why traditionally marriages of all different cultures involve taking vows in spiritual place so that the union is consecrated as a partnership in the service of the divine. What is a diamond? A diamond is the queen of all jewels, but a diamond is nothing but a piece of coal that's been under pressure for millions of years. Gold, the king of metals, is purified when it is put in fire. This is Mother Nature speaking to us. This is wisdom that by faithfully passing through the good times and the bad times, the easy times and the hard with each other and for each other, for the higher value, then marriage has the potential to make us spiritually perfect. It will do that if we just understand the yoga of marriage. From a spiritual perspective, one should feel that their partner is something more than just my husband or my wife. A husband should feel towards his wife that this is the daughter of a God. This is God's deeply beloved daughter that has been entrusted in my care. How you treat her is how God will receive you. How you speak to her, how you act towards her, how you protect her are all important. Protection is said to be on three levels: physical, emotional, and spiritual. To give that protection, to be forgiving to each other, and to honor your spouse as God's property. God's gift is how you will make spiritual progress. And a wife should feel that her partner is not just her husband, but he is God's beloved child entrusted in her care to protect, to be faithful to, and to encourage. If you see each other in this light, marriage really is a yoga. Your relationship will be yoga in essence, and you will make great spiritual progress. Feelings of affection may come and go, but the foundation of a healthy relationship is respect for each other, and care for each other. Though respect and care, affection can grow into deep love on the level of the soul. Physically, has care for each other by providing the basic necessities of life. Depending on the particular nature of your occupation and relationship, one must provide housing, clothing, health care, and other physical needs. But emotional care is very essential. Lack of emotional care can really send a marriage off track. Everyone needs appreciation and everyone needs encouragement. So Many ladies come to me and say, my husband just doesn't care about me. He doesn't like anything I do. When I go to the husband, I ask, do you care about her? And he will say, yes, of course. I will ask, do you like what she does? Yes, I love what she does. Do ever tell her? And he will say, why should I tell her? She should know. Communication is so important. Sometimes in a marriage, we communicate with everybody except that person we are living with. Communication, honest communication, where we really do express our appreciation for each other, express our affection for each other, and express it in such a way that we encourage each other, very critical for a healthy relationship. Marriage should not be just something that we are tolerating somehow or other because we took vow, and it should be something very dynamic, very flowing, and very real. It should be very connected to the divine, so that she struggles are not so that the struggles are not just depressing. The struggles are spiritual challenges that we have to meet together, and every time we we overcome those challenges, we come to a higher spiritual platform. By following marriage in this way, it becomes a path of perfection.
Jai Krishna, thank you very much. So we'll conclude and end here. So firstly, I'm very grateful that there are so many Grihasthas here. Whatever I spoke is not something that I am following, but I'm willing to follow. And I request everybody else also to try to follow these principles so we are happy in our married life. Otherwise, the same married life can be so difficult. The same Prabhupada, who told that attraction to wife can be an impediment in spiritual life, in the lecture, also told that if a husband has a very well supported wife, he doesn't need to take sannyas. In fact, he told is equal to a grihastha serving in a situation properly. Krishna consciousness is better than a sannyasi. Told the Prabhupada's words, right? So we have to respect each other and help each other. Everybody has conditionings. Brothers and Matajis, understand that overnight a wife will not stop liking gold. Overnight a husband will not stop becoming lusty. We are carrying these conditionings for time immemorial. We have to understand that we are all being tested internally also. So if your husband or wife is going through some tough time to renounce anything, don't force. At least don't force by philosophy. Be supportive, be available, so that you give that room for them to come out of it. Right? Who doesn't have anarthas? Right? Everybody has anarthas. We have to support each other. That is what makes it a marriage. And that is what we have to understand. Stop judging your spouses, see them as Krishna's children. The statement is big because when you see them as Krishna's children, you have to give them an opportunity to come out of it. And your good behavior and service can change that, right? In all situations, right? So let us help each other and let us be in the satsang filled with grihasthas. And recently, I would like to give 2-3 words about the new grihastha family which got added. Sakshi Mataji and Ashram Prabhu. Wonderful couple, wonderful couple. I must tell you that I'm not going to praise for no reason. There is a very good reason, actually, that when they made the decision that they want to take the next step, the way they dealt with every situation under the able guidance and blessings of Devendra Prabhu and his good wife here, right? Harshal Prabhu's parents and also Mataji's parents, Rathang Prabhu and his wife. It was unbelievable. I learned a lot of lessons in the process. A lot of lessons I learned. How they did not want to disrespect their parents. That was unbelievable. I mean, I was putting myself when I was maybe Prabhuji's age. I would not have been so patient the way they went through the whole saga, right? And it all happened for a reason. हर church is एक कारण की वजह से होता है, जो भी होता है. But one of the amazing things, I'll say, the marriage happened because of Devendra Prabhu and his good wife's open heart.
प्रभु जी इसका बहुत बड़ा क्रेडिट आप ही को है। हाँ नहीं नहीं
मैं मैरिज कराता नहीं हूँ।
नहीं then I admit सबके सामने कि ये credit goes to you only।
लीलावंत प्रभु की
Actually, ये थोड़ा reverse है।
So anyway, so beautifully, I mean, we all have to learn. We have to learn and teach our children how they have dealt with their marriage. They have told their interest to their parents, and the parents took their time. It is told that a girl should never choose her spouse. Ultimately, the father of the girl should choose the spouse. That is there. This is a Shastra. It's actually our Shastra. And ultimately, her father chose Harshal Prabhu, ultimately. For that, Harshal Prabhu went through what he has to go through. There might be only one person on the planet who agreed to do Bhakti Shastri to get married. Who took the vow of chanting Krishna not to get married. Because Prabhuji was very clear. I want my son-in-law to be a devotee. Very clear about it. And he did not leave anything unturned to make that happen. Right? And that's a great quality, Prabhu. And yeah, it's unbelievable. And Prabhuji, I mean, he was interested in Krishna consciousness, but he took the extra leap to make sure that his father-in-law is happy. And then, and with all the great blessings of Devendra Prabhu and Mataji and their pure desire, and even the Thang Prabhu's pure desire for his daughter to go to a good house, it happened in a beautiful way, where Lord Krishna himself had to come and tell, "Abhi main hu, mere hi jagah pe hoga." Right? It happened in Vrindavan. The marriage happened in Vrindavan. Such a beautiful way, and the reception in Agra. I mean, me and Anuradha might be one of those rare couples who went to Agra but did not see Taj Mahal. We did not want to see Taj Mahal because what can be more beautiful than Devendra Prabhu and his family? Taj Mahal kya khada rahega unke samne? We have an eternal friend now in Agra, right? Whenever we go, Prabhuji's house is open, and there's a wonderful heart. I mean, we say, I don't like sometimes when people say devotees, non-devotees. I don't like that word non-devotees. Kuch hota nahi hai. Everybody is a devotee. And, the way he opened his house and his heart and said this should happen. And the only thing he said is that I want to see my son happy. That is the only thing, right? And that made the marriage happen. See, that's called love. Where there is love, you don't need power. This is a statement of Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin told, where there is love, you don't need power. And the love itself took everything forward. Love from Mataji's father, Prabhuji's father, and finally the marriage happened in a beautiful way in Vrindavan. And we were fortunate that we were called. Wish, Vrindavan was close to Telangana, we all would have come. It was a little far, so many of us could not come. But we want to congratulate both of you again. And if you don't mind, give them a little space. We have this offered garlands. We want you to garland each other. So that, and we all can. Yeah. Very well.
Photographer Prabhuji.
Yes. Krishna conscious marriage again. Very well. First, Mataji will garland. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishnavabhyo ki jai. May you have 10 children minimum. Girl family बहुत बड़ा होना चाहिए. अरे वो आप दीजिए.
हर्षल प्रभु की जय, साक्षी माता जी की जय, देवेंद्र प्रभु की जय.
माता जी आपका नाम?
संगीता माता जी की जय।
प्रभु उनको खिलाओ ना
वो माता जी को खिलाएगा।
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So there are 3 cakes today.
Yes.
So one is for birthday of
Saurisha, Ayyar Prabhuji, Suma Mataji's birthday also. Suma Mataji.
so one cake is for Suma Mataji.
Krishna Mataji and Satya
So very important. One cake is for already married Suma Mataji. One cake is for just married couple, and one cake is long away from marriage Saurisha. Small size. Hare Krishna.
Coming.
थोड़ा भारी चीज है.
Sharp also.
Sharp also, right? Yeah.
Satya Prabhu,
So let's all at a time cut the cake. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So please cut the cake. Devendra Prabhu, where is Devendra Prabhu?
One second.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Wishing the very best for this wonderful couple. All the devotees have contributed and they wanted to offer it like a gift. And Anumataji gave us the privilege so that we can offer it to them. Kachipalli Satsanga, that's what I'm telling. All the devotees have. Please buy something what you suitable to your home. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to you,
Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Rama to you,
Hare Rama to you. Hari Bol. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namah. Hari Bol.
Mataji, where is Balle?
पूरा डांस हो गया वहाँ पे, फुल डांस.
उधर डांस हो गया, डांस करवाया.
Prabhu ji's brother. So it is Prabhu's birthday also in couple of days ahead. So उनको भी खिला दीजिए एक बार केक in advance. Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna to you. हरि बोल. तुम्हारे बड़े भाई ने एक डिवोटी गर्ल ढूंढ लिया, अब आप भी डिवोटी बनो, डिवोटी गर्ल ढूंढ लो. हरि बोल. So let us chant Hare Krishna mantra for their absolute Krishna conscious marriage and wonderful children and future lot of services with 3 loud Hare Krishna mantras.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
देवेंद्र बाबू खुश हैं? हरि बोल. हरे कृष्णा.
प्रभु जी आइए एक फोटो.
हाँ मैं भी.
अनुराधा जी,
One picture.
फोटो के लिए हम हमेशा रेडी रहते हैं.
अनुराधा माता जी की.
महेश प्रभु जी
माता जी मेरे ब्रह्मानंदम फेस
सबको जय बोलने वाले की.
हरि बोल.
మీరు చూడలేదు
చూడలేదు మీరు
మీరు
పంపిస్తారు
బ్రహ్మానందం ఫేస్ పెట్టారు కదా.
जय हाँ कैसे यार ब्रो
ఈ ఫోటోలు వచ్చాయి
अच्छा पोज लगा बहुत डिफरेंट है
You also can take good pictures. Please take.
Don't be discouraged.
I'm encouraging you to take good pictures.
हरि बोल हरि बोल
నరసింహవర్మజీ everybody.
no no
Next is Saurisha. Saurisha.
అయ్యర్ మిస్టర్ అండ్ మిస్సెస్ అయ్యర్.
today me and Saurisha will close our big long dispute
She doesn't want to close.
That's what you hope.
I'm only hoping Hare Krishna
Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo
never take
birth again. May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna.
I like this. Now,
Saurisha has a desire. He's going to
now Praveen Ramji has a very
No,
lovely
wait,
and
wait, wait.
exclusive
Wait.
cake for
But I know Saurisha has a
you.
desire. She's telling in her own language. Okay, I'll tell her what it is. She wants a nice brother or a sister. Correct? Very good. So start the arrangements.
Now our power couple, our dear Suma Mata, where are the kids?
Here is the-
Samrat Praket. Samrat Praket. Prabhu, me avade. Challandi.
Somebody take the camera from Prabhuji. Yeah, Mother, come this side. Prabhuji, Prabhu.
ఏందా అయ్యో నేను ఈ రోజు ఏం పడేసుకోవద్దు ఈ చీర మంచిగా ఉంచుకోవాలి
Samrit.
పర్మనెంట్ అమ్మా ఇది కొత్తదా?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha.
Where Sami? Sami Adi.
May you never take birth again. May you never take birth again. Hare Krishna to you.
Sami.
Suma Mataji ki.
We chant three Hare Krishna mantras, both for Saurisha and Somati. For their good spiritual and healthy life.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Patent.
So there is one devotee here who is always in the background. Who is always in the background. Sorry, Mother. Who is always in the background, never in the foreground, but he creates such a beautiful background for us to be in that and remember Krishna always. Kiran Prabhu, Haribo. Mataji, Kiran Prabhu and Mataji, please come here, and Yamagaruda, please come here. We could not facilitate Prabhuji for the center he has given us, and Prabhuji has given such a beautiful temple-like house to Praveen Prabhu and Soma Mataji. They want to thank them, and we also want to thank Prabhuji for such a beautiful. And he's so patient, so many changes. He always takes a vow that he'll never work with me again. Keep calling me again. But I'll end up working with him only. Hare Krishna. Yeah, please.
Hare Krishna. So, for this house, I have to thank two people. Of course, the first person is Lord Krishna. It is Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai and Nityananda Rai Shachinanda's house. They got it made. It is their house. There is zero doubt in our minds that he is the one who built it. Right? Apart from that, as Prabhupada says, somebody has to work also. So there are two people who are really responsible for the beauty and the grandeur or divinity of this house. The first person is Kiran Prabhu. So Kiran Prabhu, we met actually. Leelanand Prabhuji is the one who, through him, we actually found Kiran Prabhu, and Kiran Prabhu was convinced by Leelanand Prabhuji that he has to take up this project.
In the beginning, he said no.
Yeah,
Really?
He said he won't do it.
And then
He always does.
in Abbot's temple, Leelanand Prabhuji told Kiran Prabhuji, you have to decorate this house in such a way that in the entire My Home Ankura community, 65 acres, 603 houses, anybody who enters this house should think that this is the best house in the community. And Prabhuji really made it happen. The altars, the beautiful altars that everybody is admiring, he is the one who brought it from Jaipur. All the furniture, everything he got it from Delhi. And look at the Ashtasakhis. Please don't miss the details. It's not to make my show off my house. It is to show off Kiran Prabhuji's talent. So Ashtasakhis, Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai, and all of the pastimes of Krishna. And Krishna Balram picture that you cannot miss as soon as you enter the foyer. I just told Prabhuji that I have two boys. So I wanted that to be captured. Of course, everything should relate to divinity. Even Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai, for me, I have two boys and one girl. And they're everything is connected. So everything Kiran Prabhuji did, and I'm very, very thankful. And please say 3 Haribols to express our gratitude and thank you to Kiran Prabhuji and his good wife.
Kiran Prabhu ki!
So there is another person we would really, Praveen and I would really like to thank. It is Leelanand Prabhuji. So I will tell you this pastime. So we took the printouts. Actually, Kiran Prabhuji makes a very nice 3D pictures of how your home would look. It looks more beautiful than the pictures. We took the pictures and showed it to Leelanand Prabhuji. And we had an altar placed in that picture also in the hall like that. And Leelanand Prabhuji disapproved it.
No, he said no.
He said no. You are going to live in that big whatever crores house. And Jagannath will just simply stay like that. So you have to make it look special, Mataji. He cannot just be put like that there. And then came the idea of what you see on top of the altar. I think that is the reason it looks even glorious, Prabhuji. And Leon Prabhuji, I don't think there is any profession he cannot do. I think he will one day fly the plane also. I think. So he's an architect.
Flight in Goloka.
He's
a pilot.
So Prabhuji drew the drawing. Of course, all the rathas that you see in all the Rath Yatras are all Prabhuji's architecture. And this one is also completely his architecture. And because of that, actually that's the soul of this house. And soul of the house is, interior decorator of that soul is Leon. And Anuradha Mataji is always our
She's a compliance check. Compliance security check.
She's our Thank you, Mataji, and thank you, Prabhuji. Everything, all the glories should go to these two couples.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. She already told everything. I don't want to take much time, but Prabhu, really, we are indebted to you for making this beautiful house. Prabhuji, so many people came. They are like really awestruck and fell flat looking at this. I brought one person from this community. He is like, he's very impressed. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for your patience with us.
Prabhuji, this is. Thank you so much.
Hari bol, Hari
Hari
bol,
bol, Hari 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 bol.
Hari bol, Hare Krishna. Okay, nothing else. भगवान की श्रीमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की श्री भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की गौर हरि प्रेमानंद हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji's prasadam is shared in the garage. Please.
Thank
it's
everyone.
ready.
Thank everyone.
I want to thank everyone for coming and blessing us.
Auntie.
Thank you very much.
महाप्रसादे गोविंदे नाम ब्राह्मणे वैष्णवे स्वल्प पुण्य व्रतन राजन विश्वासो नैव जायते शारीरा विद्याजाल जड़ेन्द्रिय त्राहे का जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तारा मध्य जीवयति लोभमाय सुदुर्मति ताके जेठा कठिन संसारे कृष्ण वरदायमाय गोरी वारे जीवा जाए सौ प्रसाद मदिलो भाई श्रीअन्नामृत पाओ श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ प्रेमेडा को चैतन्य निताय जय निमाय जय निताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई निताय गौरांग प्रसादम की जय प्रभुपाद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे थैंक यू हरे कृष्ण
शांति